4 things you might not have known about the Salem witch hunts. The first execution of a condemned witch in America actually took place in Hartford, Connecticut, 45 years before the witch hunts began in Salem. Though much smaller in scale than the Salem witch hunts, witch accusations in Connecticut were statistically far more deadly, with an execution rate of 23% compared to 13% in Salem. Unfortunately, due to a lack of existing court records and first-hand accounts, our knowledge of the Connecticut witch hunts and why they occurred is pretty limited. Though witchcraft was considered to be primarily a feminine pursuit, this didn't mean that men were above suspicion, as 6 of Salem's 25 victims were men, including a carpenter, a doctor, a constable, a couple of wealthy landowners, and a minister. As witchcraft was believed to run families, it was also not common for children to be arrested alongside their parents, with the youngest arrest on record belonging to 5-year-old Dorothy Good, who was taken into custody just a few months after her mother Sarah in March of 1692. Though thankfully, none of the accused children followed their parents to the gallows. While the tradition of depicting witches with green skin began with the 1939 film adaptation of The Wizard of Oz, the connection between witches and warts goes back much further, as during the 17th century, it is believed that witches used their warts to suckle the devil's minions. Because of this, during the Salem witch trials, suspected witches were often subjected to full-body examinations to search for warts and other blemishes, which, given the fact that warts are caused by a virus, were likely fairly common. As the number of accused witches increased, so did public skepticism, as by the end of 1692, the number of witch accusations had grown so large that even the most devout believers began to wonder why so many people, especially in a place as God-fearing as Massachusetts, would willingly make a contract with the devil. The large number of witch trial cases was due largely to the fact that the Court of Oyer and Termine, the law court in charge of judging suspected witches, accepted spectral evidence, like visions and supernatural occurrences, as grounds for unarrest. Though the broadening public skepticism eventually forced the governor to dissolve the Court of Oyer and Termine, which was then replaced by the Superior Court of Judicature, which, unlike its predecessor, did not accept spectral evidence.